What is going on, everyone, and welcome to r/EntitledParents. Now, today's first story is a very topical one, and it's very mad, let's just say that. But before we jump straight into it, firstly, I want to tell you all about a cheeky little stat that I found out yesterday in my YouTube analytics. As you can see by the graph on screen right now, and I can't really believe I'm saying this, but over 99% of you watching this video right now, according to my analytics, are not subscribed to my channel. The 1% of you watching that are, you're a legend, but 99% of you aren't. Hit the button, guys. It's completely free. This stat is completely reliable. I didn't make it up and Photoshop it, and you can always unsubscribe later. Nice one. Let's get into the vid. Pro-Trump doesn't equal being above the law. Honestly, I do not want this to turn into a political debate. This lady could have very well played the other side of the coin. This isn't my story, it is my wife's, so it's secondhand. My wife works in an upper casual restaurant. Currently, we have just started a statewide bane of indoor dining. That being said, this current restaurant is still open for curbside pickup, and the front door is still unlocked for those who want to run in and grab their to-go orders at the counter. My wife noticed a woman and her young child settling down at one of the booths, so unable to take away seating like the tables which had all their chairs turned upside down, taking their coats off like they're about to get comfortable. My wife walks up and politely informs them, i.e. the mum, that indoor seating is banned right now due to that statewide law, but they're more than welcome to order from their websites and have it brought to their car. The entitled mum said, "I voted for Trump." My wife takes a little beat of silence before repeating the information about the ban, but she can still get her food to go. "Oh, this is stupid." My wife allows another beat of silence before telling her a third time about no indoor seating, and she asks her to leave if she isn't going to order to go. The lady packs up herself and her kid and leaves in a huff. Like, seriously, how does that allow you to not follow the law? You know what kind of world we'd be living in if everyone thought and did as you do, right? I wish I'd been there, so I could tell the entitled mum she should write a letter to the governor and see where that got her. Yeah, guys, like OP, I do not want to make this political at all, and as OP correctly says, this could have been anyone, it could have been a Biden supporter saying, I voted for Biden, therefore I can do X, but still, I just don't understand how voting for one person in an election enables you to do what you want and go against the law. That makes absolutely no sense to me. Let's just move straight on to our second story. Entitled Parents. When I do this, it hurts. Immediately does it, and is shocked when I pass out. So this happened yesterday and I'm still shook. Basically, our school had an award ceremony for our sport teams. Our school is well known for being very athletically competitive, going to states and regionals and such. Please note, I'm 13, weigh 31 kilograms, and I'm really super small. 31 kilograms? Wow. So, after an excruciating amount of time sitting on concrete in my own world, everyone started to get up and take photos with family and friends with their medals and ribbons and stuff. Me and my friends found each other. Important to note, we are all standing sort of close to the kids receiving stuff, so we were easily spotted. And after a while of chatting, a super tall boy wearing like 4 ribbons walks up to me and awkwardly asks if he can pick me up. Not uncommon for short people to hear, because he's curious or something, I don't know. Anyway, this is how the conversation went. "Hey, I don't mean to be weird, but can I pick you up?" "Oh, sorry, I usually say yes, but I have a bit of a health problem." Then the boy's entitled parent came over. "What do you mean, no?" She put emphasis on the O for some reason. "My sweet boy just wants to lift you. That's not inappropriate." So I currently have a mystery infection in my lungs. I've been in and out of hospital and doctors are stumped by it. Anyway, being lifted or laying with my head lower than my legs stops me breathing, and occasionally it just gets really bad, even when I'm not doing anything, like even when I'm sleeping. And because I'm really skinny, I can feel my bones moving on each other. I can even hear it sometimes, so I get cramped pretty easily. I'm perfectly healthy, I just have a really fast metabolism. "Oh no, I know it's not inappropriate, I just have a lung problem right now, and that can't—" "Oh, stop whining, you're lying and I know it." At this point, the kid was embarrassed. "Mum, please stop, it's okay, she just said no, No, this spoiled little female dog should let you pick her up. It's not a big ask." She then reaches for me, but my friend intervenes. My best friend says, she's not lying, she's been in hospital, plus it's none of your business. My other friend says, yeah, you are literally trying to grab a minor because... This entitled parent though interrupts again. This lady would not let anyone finish their sentences. Oh, don't give me that. I know she's lying. If she was so sick, she wouldn't be here. And then this idiot literally pushed past my absolutely amazing friends and grabbed me by the bottom of my ribs. Now, this may be okay for other people, but like I mentioned, I have lung problems and weight problems. So when she grabbed my ribs, she literally grabbed my ribs. There was only a thin layer of skin between her and my bone. She then lifts me up, in which I flail in agony. Jesus, the pain. Not only was she crushing me, I also couldn't breathe. See, you're lying. Stop screaming. I'm not hurting you. And that's all I remember before passing out, other than my friends freaking losing their minds, screaming for her to drop me, and literally an entire hall of people turning to look at my bony flesh sack flailing in the air. Anyway, I wake up with the office nurse leaning over me with my spacer, the mask they used to give me my Ventolin, and the crazy entitled parent in cuffs for assault on a minor, etc. It turns out my lungs actually stopped for around 5 seconds and I turned completely blue. Anyway, I got tested in the back of the ambulance and had a fun talk with the paramedics telling them about this crazy witch. They laughed and said I should press charges. I am, by the way. That lady could have literally murdered me. So yeah, I'm in hospital right now. Turns out I have one dislocated rib. The bottom rib where she grabbed me got pushed under the rest, which is why my lungs stopped for a bit. I don't know what is going to happen. We will charge her 100%, but I'm going to try and avoid being involved because it's midterm right now and I need to get through high school. Wow, pretty crazy story once again there. Yeah, I don't understand when someone says, no, don't pick me up, then they go for it anyway. It's just a weird one. I don't really get like even the kids saying, can I pick you up? Does short people get that? Short people, if you're watching right now, there are probably some of you out there. First of all, can you see over the people in front of you? Second of all, do you normally get picked up by tall people? It seems a bit weird. At least the kid was like, yeah, I'm not actually going to pick you up, don't worry, you have health conditions. But the mum was like, nah, you're picking her up. Come on, do it. I don't care if you've got health, concerns. I couldn't care less. Just pick her up. It'd be really funny. I don't really know why, but yeah, let's move on. Now for our third story. Karen complains about my store, gets kicked out, and then complains again on Facebook. I own a small party store. Naturally, as Halloween is coming up, this was 5 days ago guys, we have mainly scary Halloween decorations and costumes for sale. Yesterday was a peaceful, although busy day until Karen walked in. She had the stereotypical haircut and was with 2 poorly behaved kids. Immediately, she started complaining about how all of the decorations were satanic and that they didn't fit in with the true spirit of Halloween. My employee, who is Wiccan, asked her what she meant by that. Karen replied saying that Halloween was originally about Jesus and that we were all sinning by leaving him out of it. My Wiccan employee was trying to educate her about the pagan origins of the holiday, but Karen was not relenting and became disrespectful. Oh, apparently Wicca is a modern pagan religion, more you know. Meanwhile, both of her kids walked off. A minute later, I caught them destroying the decorations by the window because my mummy didn't like them. I asked them politely to stop, but they would not. Karen overheard this and screamed at me to leave her kids alone and how she will call the police and say that I was abusing them. I told her calmly, "Mom, please leave the store. You are very disrespectful to my property and workers." She insisted that I was stomping all over her rights as an American to be wherever she wants to be. I then called the security from the department store across the street, we are on friendly terms, who then promptly physically removed her and her kids from the premises. All of my staff and customers actually clapped when they left. Last night, she left a very angry and one-sided review on our Facebook page, claiming that we harassed her with no reason. Most commenters saw through her BS, but many were saying that I took things too far by calling private security guards to remove them against their will. My cousin was saying this as well. When I told him my business, my rules, he called me a horrible person. Wait, what? I literally don't understand that at all. I mean, her kids were quite literally destroying your shop. Of course you're going to call security. Also, if she is like pretty much abusing one of your staff, saying that what he believes in, his whole religion, is a lie, then yeah, get security in and get her gone. It's your store, it's your business, as you say, your rules. Get rid of her. What's she even doing in the store in the first place? If she's going to come in and complain about, satanic rituals and all that rubbish, then just get out. Halloween is not for you, it just isn't. Now for our fourth story, entitled Mum Tries to Get Me Arrested for Taking My ADHD Medicine. For context, I have ADHD. I take legally prescribed medicine for it, and if I forget to take it in the morning, I have a couple of doses in a pill bottle from an old fill in my car. It's important to take it daily, as it works better the more days I take it in a row, similar to some antidepressants. Each fill costs about $60 to $70, and I keep about a quarter of a fill in my emergency stash. So, it's the weekend, and I have plans to meet some friends at a local coffee shop. We have masks, outside seating, and sanitizer at the ready. This so happens to be a day where I forgot to take my medicine. We order drinks and snacks, and after I put our order down at the table, I tell my friends I need to go take my meds. I go to my car and grab the bottle to bring back as I left my drink with my buddies. I get back, and as I pop the pill into my mouth and take a sip, a wild Karen appears. No haircuts, but a 5 to 6 year old kid in tow. She slaps the open pill bottle off of the table and starts screaming about how I shouldn't do drugs, yada yada. She demands I apologize to her son for being such a bad influence and doing such sinful things in public. I try to explain that they are not narcotics, but medicine for my ADHD. Then she phones the police. The police arrive and they get our stories. After getting witnesses, the police ask me for proof that these were my meds, which of course I provide. At this point, Karen is starting to sweat. She realizes that she effed up and is now trying to backtrack out of the situation. The police ask me if I would like to press charges, as the meds in the bottle are now ruined. I actually say no, as I'm not about to spend court costs over $15. Karen is dealt with and we leave, one story to tell richer. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong here, but if you saw someone taking pills in public, in front of everyone, not trying to hide the pills, just literally taking them, then surely logic would suggest that they're not going to be illegal drugs, because that would be very stupid to take illegal drugs in plain sight in public. I might be wrong there, guys, but I personally, if I was going to take illegal drugs, probably wouldn't do that in front of everyone in a public space. Not that I do, but I wouldn't do that. So I just don't understand the logic of this entitled parent. Once again, crazy scenes really. I mean, I've come to expect it on this subreddit, but crazy nonetheless. Also, I know it's a sensible decision to not press charges on this Karen over $15 worth of pills, but just for, the sake of it, I kind of want OP to do it just to, make sure this Karen knows that she can't get away with doing this for the rest of her life, and that she can't just go around, just doing what she wants all day and actually impacting people in a very negative way. In this situation, imagine if OP couldn't get more ADHD tablets for any reason. That could really, put a danger to their well-being. So yeah, Karen, please don't do this again. Now for our final story of today's video, Karen is furious at me because she rear-ended my stationary car. So, today I was stopped at a red light, totally stationary, not moving a bit, not even pumping my brakes to inch up, nothing to imply movements. Then enters Karen. Karen slams the back of my car, doing about 50. The initial shock wears off, but I'm still well into a panic attack because I do not like cars because of past experiences, and I found my phone and called 911 immediately. I step out of my car and go around the back to see what I'm working with. Then Karen gets out of her car. I'm expecting her to say she's sorry, ask if I'm alright, or even just an "oh my god" or "oh snap." But nope. She greets me with, "You didn't call the police already, did you?" I tell her that's who I'm on the phone with. She says, "No, don't do that." I'm just like, yeah, okay, and go back to speaking to the dispatcher. They had asked the severity of the accident. I begin explaining to them what I'm seeing, which is basically a big jumble of plastic and hunks and chunks, but I honestly don't know what's from where, and that the entire logo from her car is sitting on the ledge thingy of my bumper. Karen apparently was upset that I was not upset about how badly she effed herself. She started screaming at me, like, "Look at my car is worse, look at how bad my car is." I simply said, "Mom, you hit me." She though keeps on screaming, so I just go back and sit in my car. By the time the cops get there, my nose is bleeding, my chest hurts, and my head is pounding. They call out an ambulance because they think I'm severely injured, but in actuality, I just have chronic migraines and chronic nosebleeds, and having a panic attack like this will cause one. So, the EMTs are checking me out, and I'm trying to explain that all the blood happened after the accident due to me panicking, and I'm fine, just sore and panicking, but they're concerned because my blood pressure is 178/167, I don't know anything about blood pressure, but that sounds pretty high to me. As I'm speaking with the EMTs, I hear Karen complaining about how I don't need medical help, I'm fine, she didn't even hit me that hard, etc. But the cops were trying to explain to her that they called an EMT because my nose was bleeding and they weren't sure if I'd hit my head. She didn't say anything else, at least not that I could hear after that. Thankfully, my car is built like a brick, so it could probably be repaired with a plunger and a Sharpie. It's literally got like 3 dents. Her whole front bumper though was effed. That hoe was gone. After I got home, I got the petty idea that I should have just taken her whole freaking bumper home. Just shoved that hoe in my trunk, since she wanted to be a little female dog about the whole incident. To be fair, mate, if you wanted to be really petty about it, then you could have just said that, you know, all your injuries, your nosebleed, you know, your headaches were all caused by this accident. You didn't have to say that you had chronic nosebleeds or headaches. It's not important, you know. You've just been hit by a car at 50 miles an hour. A headache and a nosebleed is probably, you know, the least you could expect to have in that situation. If anything, though, wow, you got seriously lucky. But Karen, doing 50 miles an hour into the back of a stationary car, like, what are you doing? Are you on your phone? Are you not even focusing on the road? Yeah, just take away our license, guys. Take away our license at once, because she's very lucky not to have killed someone in this situation. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this Entitled Parents video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. As I said at the start of the video, if you aren't subscribed to my channel, guys, hit the button. Where is it? Here or here? I don't know. It's on one side of my face. It doesn't really matter. Also, if you are new to the channel, you want more straight away, then watch some more videos. Also on the screen, a brand new playlist of all my very best videos, my top 10. Check them all out right now, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new upload.